Tracks it, takes down Naruto. And the bomb playing at the very edge of the smoke. Abuse takes down another. V-Pop and Menace are all that's left. Can they hold this one down? This Menace is being taken down, and they take it down. What? Hammers, a 2 versus 4. They're able to come back and elevate. They throw away a 4 versus 2 post-plant situation. Hammers, oh my goodness. And woo, was it close?
Poking their heads in, seeing what they can get.
Oh, Clutch!
Clutch with a
3 massive frags! This should give Hammers some more opportunities to claw back here. As Averti, 58, very lethal, 4K for him, and he doesn't close off with the ace. This is the shutout day now, though. So, a 3 versus 3 that made, oh, double kill from Snoopy! Surge and Bade and Clutch, they've come on in very clear round here, but Tracks, they're just trying to pincer onto V-Pop now. Can he get the kill? No. It's going to be Erupt versus Menace as he does find the first frag, jumps off of the truck. Is he aware he's going to be over towards that long one? Oh my goodness, closes with the beauty of a headshot. We'll see. I think Hammers have a really good setup plan on their coalition side. Still though, remember, we have touted Hammers as the king of the comebacks. They are, regardless of how far they are down, very good at coming back. I think they were down 0-8 before versus Xenocide at one point. Might have been elevated.
Oh, in the same position. Blind, spraying. Oh, everyone misses. Menace is there for straight kills. Poor V-Pop.
He is so low right now. Yeah.
Arson with 2 more. What happened to Hammers? They've disappeared.
Probably just waiting now, and they've expended so much utility over towards mid, and it's not working out for them. 3 frags for Menace and V-Pop. They tag team duo to get 3 kills themselves, and Hammers, nothing they can do. 9-2.
What a fantastic spray down after 90 seconds of grenades and pre-fires. What you really hope right now is that they give him a kill, that they walk into his crosshair. They don't. But he's going to defuse in this smoke. He's going to make them stop him.
Tracks, can he get it? No, he doesn't.
Oh, he does.
Does he have time?
Does get the kill.
I don't think he has time. No, not again. He runs out of the time.
you feel the competition? Play Critical Ops tournaments now on Gizer to win cash prizes and exclusive credits. Download Gizer to compete in mobile gaming tournaments for real cash.
Inside, he's gonna get naded down there. A little bit of damage on him, but Mickey is fast on the flank. Inside, he gets 2 massive frags there, allows for his team to come in. Now Sai, he's gonna be able to get the 4K. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you are all having a wonderful Friday, whatever it is. Maybe it's Saturday for you. It's Friday afternoon for me and Warren here. I'm joined by my co-caster, Warren. And if you aren't aware, you are here watching the Critical Ops Esports, or the Critical Ops Circuit main tournament, final tournament. I can't speak right now. Final tournament for North America. We're getting into it. This is season 2. Lots of exciting things happening today. And, first of all, Warren, how are you feeling about today?
I feel great. I can't wait to watch this first. It's going to be a quick day. We're only going to have 2 best of ones. Then we're going to move into more games tomorrow afternoon. But I've been waiting for this for a month. I can't wait to get into these games, watch them and cast them.
I'm sure the teams have been waiting for a month as well because, well, they've been prepping all this time. But before we talk about the teams today, maybe you've seen them, maybe you haven't. We're going to talk a little bit about how did they get to this point today in this tournament, right? We're going to go over the main tournament format a little bit so you can understand this entire circuit. How did it happen, right? So originally in February of 2021, that's almost 2 months ago, right? We had our qualifiers that led those top 16 teams to advance into the main tournament number 1, which the top 8 teams went on to the main tournament number 2. And then we had qualifiers for that second round as well for main tournament number 2. The top 4 teams essentially from all of these main tournaments combined are here today at the final tournament. And you can see here, on the screen, the point allocation is pretty simple. It breaks it down pretty easily for you. First place gets 20 points. Second place gets 16 points. Third place, 12. Fourth place, 10. And 5th through 8th place got 6 points apiece. Now, one thing that has changed, though, from the first time you've seen this, from the first season, is the fact that the first change, you actually lose 3 points. The second change, you lose 6 points. And the third change, you lose 12 points. Now, this rule is instated, in fact, to actually reduce the amount of changes that are made to the roster. So you can see at the end of the day, what are the 4 teams that are going to be coming in? It's Xenocide, it's Hammers Esports, it's Team Elevate, and Underestimated. Underestimated made quite a showing last month in their main tournament. They made it all the way to the semifinals where they were unfortunately not able to take down their rivals there, but still made a good fight. And Underestimated, as much as they tried, they really could not take down Xenocide. So it was a tough time then, but they're still here now, right? And those are the 4 teams that are going to be competing. So Warren, why don't you take away the prize pool?
We're finally to the big prize. This is the final tournament.
Ooh.
And the winner of this tournament is going home with $2,000, as well as, very importantly, a unique Circuit Season 2 champion skin. I believe it's going to be an AK skin. We can show that off right now. The winning team, all of their accounts will have this AK to carry through the game. And boy, I want one. I want one real bad.
Beautiful.
But I don't think one's going to be coming my way. I won't be a tournament winner, but it does look great. Second place, $800. So there's money all over this tournament. Third and fourth place, $400 and $300 respectively. Everyone getting 3,000 credits, and event cases and premium cases spread throughout all the teams as well.
Yeah, so there's a lot to be had in this tournament. And well, let's take a look at the actual teams, right? The teams are competing. Who is playing one another now, right? So we're going to look at the upcoming matches today. Once again, Warren explained it very clearly. These are both best of ones. So it's going to be a short day today. Tomorrow will be a much longer day. We have many more games tomorrow to be had upon. But you can see here, Xenocide versus Underestimated. That is our first matchup of the day. Our second one will be Hammers Esports versus Team Elevate. And a little Easter egg, if you were here for the last main tournament, number 2, the most recent tournament before this for North America, this is the exact same matchup that came about in the semifinals. We had Underestimated versus Xenocide. Then we had Hammers Esports versus Team Elevate. So we are going to be seeing essentially deja vu from last month. We'll see here who moves on, but the bracket for the final tournament is just a little slight bit different. And what you can see on screen here, it might be a little confusing, right? But let's explain it very clearly right now. So as you can see, both teams are in the upper bracket round 1. They'll be playing 2 best of ones, 1 apiece, to move on to either the winners finals or the elimination bracket 1, right? So you can see there, the winning teams will get moved on to the winners finals, and then that will be a best of 3 essentially. Whereas on the elimination round, those will anything that either moves you forward to the grand finals or eliminates you are all best of 3s. So that's an interesting place to be noted. And the fact that you can see there, we're going to have a couple of games tomorrow. I think we'll have three series tomorrow, right? We'll have the winners final, we'll have the lower round 1, as well as the losers final bracket, or the consolidation finals, right? So we have consolidation rounds as well as the winner finals, and that's all in all. So it might be a little more confusing, but it basically gives teams a second chance, right? If they lose today, they're not instantly out. They have a second chance to make it back tomorrow, and that's how we can see who's first, second, third, and fourth place. But looking back on the previous month's tournaments, I mean, it was an interesting ride to get here, right? So with the main tournament number 1, you can see on the screen here, Hammers and Xenocide, they kind of duked it out at the end of the day. And well, who won? None other than Xenocide. They won it in a 2-1 fashion. You can see there, it was a barn burner of a match. Port, Plaza, and Grounded. And Xenocide, they took it in 3. Those matches were very close, though. So Warren, I mean, these two teams are both here in the grand finals, or not in the grand finals, in the final tournament. It's going to be something marvelous, spectacular to see.
Yeah, these teams are no strangers to each other. They've definitely gone at it. So far this season, Xenocide has been the victor over Hammers, but Hammers no stranger to winning in the past. And you see here in main tournament round 2, it was Team Elevate versus Xenocide in the finals. Xenocide again taking it away, having Xenocide winning both of our initial tournaments before this final tournament. But Underestimated, Hammers, and Elevate all making consistent appearances in the semifinals. This time, Elevate beating Hammers Esports in the semifinal bracket to advance to that final against Xenocide.
Yeah, Xenocide have been so strong, and they are by far and large some of the top players in the game right now. I think people have them very much so as the dominant victors in this tournament, in this final tournament at least. They are probably one of the heavy favorites, and so Underestimated, well, they are truly underestimated. Once again, living up to their name, this kind of next matchup you can see here, it's going to be one tough one, because last time, Xenocide handled Underestimated pretty easily. There was not much contestation last time that we saw, and well, when Xenocide had to take him up, they went 13-8 on Port. They went 13-4 on Canals, and so it was a little bit tough for Underestimated. We'll see if they can actually make a comeback here. But taking a look at Xenocide's absolutely stacked roster, you can see here Day, Mirage, Kai, Snoopy, Clutch. How many times have Warren and I said these names? Because they've been in so many of the games that we've casted, and they've made so many clutches. I mean, Clutch lives up to his name. So does Kai, Snoopy, Mirage. This squad is one of the most seasoned rosters in all of Critical Ops history right now. And they're truly living up to their name right now. They have a pretty interesting opponent. I mean, they have lots of kills on the board and just experience and synergy, right? But Underestimated, they have the surprise factor going for them, Warren.
Absolutely. Underestimated did. It was on the road to a stomp last month in Tournament 2. Underestimated put on the beginnings of one heck of a comeback. They're definitely capable of taking rounds off of Xenocide. Can they put up enough rounds to win today? I'm not sure, but we can see they have a consistent roster. Christian Gario, I believe, is the captain. Surge, Laws, Slay, and Blade. And I think they're going to put up a fight.
I think so, too. It's interesting to see we have some very well-known folks in the scene here. I think Surge is one of the most well-known content creators in this space. But with that being said, they have a little less experience, right? Played less maps overall. I think that does just come from the factor of being a team that's not as established. But either way, we're going to touch a little bit into the map vetoes, right? Once again, this might be a little different from what you're typically used to seeing, because this is only a best of 1. So taking a look at the map vetoes right now, I mean, we shall see. What map is the single map that we're going to be seeing? The first map that is banned from both of these teams is that of Grounded and Legacy. Both are out of the round. And then, we move on here. The next two bans come in. Instead of picks, they're bans, and it's going to be Soar and Raid. And so the quick bans come in, Canals and Plaza, which means that we're left with two maps. It's either Port or Bureau, and ultimately we end up with Port. So Port is the first map that we're going to be seeing in this entire final tournament. That's interesting to me. That is truly interesting to me because we've seen this already. Xenocide versus Underestimated on Port. Last main tournament, just a month ago, Xenocide won 13-8. So they're going to have to pull out something incredible here. If it's the exact same rosters, I mean, that's going to be tough. Xenocide have practiced very well on this map of Port. And this is a map we touted actually to be a pretty, I would say, even-sided map. But, I mean, both the Breach side and the Coalition side are somewhat even. I would say, honestly, the Breach side is a little more favored on this map of Port.
I think it's slightly Breach favored, but more importantly, it's a very comfortable map for Xenocide. You see Clutch. You're going to see Clutch playing around the forklift from the Coalition side most rounds. I believe along A-long, Day has gotten a number of multi-kill spray downs on the A-long rush. And I remember last tournament, there were a lot of grenades thrown around the mid area to drive Clutch away from the forklift, but he was still able to play very effectively from that position.
Yeah, Xenocide have a very good track history, like you said, on this map of Port. While they did win versus Underestimated, they've also won versus Hammers Esports. They won 13-12 versus Hammers Esports in the Season 2 main tournament number 1. And then if we go a little farther back, September of 2020, that was the Season 1, one of the main tournaments there. They beat out, I believe, wait, no. This was the final tournament. This was the final tournament for 2020. They beat out IFL 13-11. So they have a very good track history on this map of Port. And I'm sure that Underestimated have prepared something. I'm just not sure if it's really enough to compete against that of Xenocide right now because that team is extremely strong. But before we talk any further about that team, right, before we talk any further about Xenocide, we're going to actually listen to Underestimated. What do they have to say for themselves? We're going to hop on over to an interview very shortly.
All right, everyone. Welcome all to the circuit interview here. My name is Artie Pitch, and I'll be interviewing one of the players from Underestimated. His name is, on Discord at least, Dom here. So, hey, what's up, Dom? How are you doing, man?
Hello, Artie. Thank you for having me here. I'm Dom. I manage the competitive team in terms of who we pick up in our practice sessions and manage the server to make sure everything is going perfect. And I'm also the tournament manager for Underestimated while being the owner.
All right. And yeah, well, I guess that's basically the introduction. Well, let's just head over to one of the matches you guys played. Of course, one of the matches gets placed against Xenocide, and it started off pretty strong on Port. Now, how did that actually go so well?
Well, I feel like the reason we started off so strong on Port versus Xeno was because we were confident in ourselves. Because every time we play Port, I feel like we all feel like we could really win that map all the time. But also, we were practicing a lot. We had really confidence in ourselves in terms of we practiced so much times in that one map, in a 3-hour span. We practiced all our utility. We made sure that everything was gonna go perfect. But yeah, that's really it.
At the end, of course, over time, Xenocide did come back and won in the end. What do you think was the main issue there, and how do you think you're gonna prevent that from happening again in this main tournament?
Well, I mean, at first we had some communication issues on CT. Especially when our pistol round, which caused us to lose our pistol round on CT, which low-key, it broke some of our momentum. And I feel like we could have came back on Xeno if we would have won the pistol round and the eco round. And then that was just simply just holding A side and B side in the mid. But also, we were nervous. We were kind of nervous due to the stream because that was our first time getting streamed, in a major tournament.
I have never seen your names before on circuit. Actually, that's why did you guys just start this clan, or is it something that's
gonna go? We started upcoming in January. I remember since we did a Polaris Cup, which started getting us known. When we played Xeno, and it was a close game in terms of BO3, but we lost. But we played, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But you can continue. I wasn't stopping you there.
Oh no. But yeah, this is our first time ever playing circuit, and we're really performing really well.
Yeah, you guys got pretty far. Like, of course, so far in the charts, fourth out of all the people. Still, like, you made it this far. Like, a lot of people get canceled in the qualifiers, and you guys made it this far. Like, getting through all of those teams, still very impressive. Like, it's pretty fun to see, another team, popping up out of nowhere and doing so well against, top tier teams that we all know for a while now. It's always nice. It's always nice to have that small underdog pop up out of nowhere. But hey, let's move on to the last one. Like, something you guys would like to tell to the people watching right now from home, and of course cheering the team and maybe even the opponents.
Well, first, I just want to say thank you guys so much for supporting us. It really means a lot, and we will try our best to beat Xeno. But Xeno's a really good team, and there's a reason why they're top tier 1. They're a really good team, and I feel like we could do this, but we have to have enough confidence in ourselves, and we have to practice again and again. And thank you guys so much for supporting us. It means a lot, and we will try our best to beat Xeno and make it fun this tournament.
All right. Hey, thank you so much for your time, of course, here for the circuit, for the interview. Mr. Dom, I don't know how to say it, because in Dutch it means something different. That kind of makes me laugh. But hey, thank you again for your time, and we'll just move on with the other scenes on circuit.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
There you have it, directly from the teams themselves. So that is Underestimated. Thank you to our interviewer, Artie, for having that lovely interview. And, well, we are only minutes actually away from this first matchup. But, Warren, what do you think? What kind of strategies does Underestimated have to pull out versus Xenocide? They've played this map before. They've been in this exact situation before. And now I don't believe we know the sides just yet. I believe they're doing the knife round. But, I mean, surely Underestimated have something new.
They must have something, because you know that Xenocide is not going to ban port. So if Underestimated is not banning port, they know that it's going to be in the coin flip for the final map they may play on. They must have prepared something. They seemed slightly prepared in the tournament too as well. That barrage of grenades raining down mid was effective at getting Clutch to move out of that position where he was getting so many pre-fire kills from the forklift. But it needs to be a little bit more than that, and I don't know if they're going to want to take advantage of the A site. And Xenocide playing retakes, but let's check out this knife round.
Yeah, so they are getting pretty frisky with these knives. Like we kind of like to say, the snip, snap, swing, swing. Underestimated on the breach side for this knife round. And if you are a little less familiar with what the knife round is, it determines who is on what side. And right now you can see Underestimated, they win it out. So they are able to pick out whichever side they want to start on. And that will be surely interesting for us to see, because, well, if they start on the breach side, well, then that'll be a tough one for them. But that means they have the momentum going into the second half. If they start on the coalition side, that means they're going to have a little bit of, I think, potentially a round buffer. I know we said it was a little breach-sided, but good teams oftentimes are able to get some more rounds on the coalition side. So we'll see. Are they going to have the momentum going into the first half or the second half? I know this map tends to be kind of, like we said, a little even, sometimes breach-sided at the pro level. That's some analysis I would like to do if possible in the future, is look at these maps and at different ranks, which side dominates more. Maybe in silver, maybe as a silver player, it's very much more prone to winning on coalition, but maybe at the pro level, it's a little more even. So that's something I'd like to see. But I think the teams are getting ready here. Once we reset, we should be all good and having all the recordings go. But yeah, I should just be a little patient. Appreciate your patience here in chat, Warren.
Teams are still loading into the map, and I believe I'd love to see what side Xenocide chooses to start the map on, but I'd like to see them try to take advantage of the A site. I think the A site is easier to get the bomb into. Both sites are a bit difficult to defend in the post plant. There are many entry points, but it can be really difficult to properly defend A site from the plant in the first place, especially if you can get grenades through the window accurately and with good timings.
Yeah, there's really not that many places you can sit very safely, right? Even with the dumpster area on that A site in a post plant, it's not easy because they can just flash in and you're absolutely blind even if you turn away. They can come from that spawn area, window, tunnels, but there's a lot of, like you said, entry points. And even on B as well, those paper boxes can very easily just be spammed. So there is a lack of protection. I think that's one of the themes we see here on the bomb sites on port. But overall, I think the game is restarted, and I think that's our cue. That means we are potentially ready to go. So ready on into this one. Xenocide will start on the breach side, underestimated on the coalition as we get on here. Ladies and gentlemen, who do you think will win out this match? Xenocide as the heavy favorites or underestimated, pulling off a remarkable upset here. There's going to be fast plays here from Xenocide, but they're walking exactly into the trap here onto the B site. 4 players from underestimated sitting here on this B site. The only player, Laws, pushed out over towards mid, but they rotate 2 more of their players, estimating that there might be some sort of fake in play. Xenocide just slow down the push.
And the 4th member of the 4th side does return. Here's entering the bomb site. Clutch pulls a few shots off, and there are bullets everywhere. 1 player down from each team. And here is Xenocide with what looks to be a very successful fight take. Christian Guardio gets 1 kill on his way out, but there's 3, make that 2 members of Xenocide alive on the B bomb site. They haven't planted yet. And here's the 1v2 Clutch. He gets the first kill. Almost the second.
That was close. Snoopy almost unable to trade. And that would have been a very, very nice clutch there for Laws. But still, comes on very close. Xenocide playing a little bit of a scrappy pistol round. They're trying to instill some fakes. And at the end of the day, they do win it out, but no bomb plant. So their money's not as secure as you'd think. You can see Day there only on $100. So they have to play this one somewhat cautiously. Bulk of underestimated, though. Pick the same strategy up. Is this a deja vu the last round? It might be. As we can see here, all of Xenocide moving very quickly over towards this B bomb site. 4 players on the B bomb site from underestimated. How will it pan out this time? Surge with the P250, trying to peek out, trying to do some damage, but the nade mitigates the attack. And now you can see Laws once again the last minute then, but this time no kills for himself. A very convincing round for Xenocide as they go 2-0 up here. But now the question comes, will they opt to buy out new weapons? Clutch stays on that MPX at least for the time being, whereas underestimated, they have AUGs, SA-58s, M4s. Seems like they might be better equipped here in this situation.
Underestimated definitely with the gun advantage, but that means they need to win this round. It's a bit of a bonus round for Xenocide. They've changed up the strat significantly with a very quick push into the A site. Laws staying hidden and is able to stop the plant, but only kills 1. I'll make that 2 before he dies.
On Xenocide, this is such a scrappy push here. Christian now the last player. And once again, that nade can eventually end the round. No! Christian makes a dive for it, does take down the bomb punch, but once again, this game, I think if this gives us any indication, it's going to be a very, very close matchup every single round. Now, who wins these rounds? It seems like Xenocide has that on their favor, but they are coming down to the 1v1s, 1vxs, and Xenocide are having to work to get their rounds out. This time, having a more secure buy, and now we can definitively say Xenocide have the better weaponry on their end. Quick push over towards A long, and the first player that's going to be met is Laws. He hears them out, but he's not going to confront them right now. Here's the grenade pin pulled, and he falls back onto the bomb site. Makes that call out to Bade, who does send that nade flying over, but no damage done. And now Slay. That nade could have been perfect timing, but Xenocide, they don't push out with it. And now they do. The flashbangs allow them entry here. They're trying to peek out, trying to clear every angle here, and Slay is going to get triple peeked. Day shuts him out. And now with control of the spawn area, Xenocide have to pick. Are they going to go A or B? It seems like a B hit is imminent as Christian, the one man on the B bomb site, has Surge here to help, but Surge is preoccupied right now. Clutch, will he be able to take him out? Will he be able to clear him? No! This hit falling apart here from Xenocide. They're not trading properly. Day finally answers back as it is a 2 versus 2. Surge could get caught in the crossfire, or he could find the perfect timing, and he's caught in the crossfire. Day, a massive 2K to win it out. A perfect lineup from that mid area, and Xenocide keep their clean streak going.
An incredible rounds so far. I'd love to see Underestimated turn it around. They don't have a great buy here, but every round won by Xenocide of 4 so far. Every round very close, coming down to 1 or 2 players remaining alive. And here we see Day, the hero of the last round, moving out. Barrage of grenades around the forklift in mid. Surge looking at the ground, not backing off. As soon as this flash is over, he's peeking, and he does damage. He doesn't take a kill. There he goes. There's 1 kill. First kill. Second kill of the round. He's on Clutch's forklift, and Tay says, get off.
That's a nice flurry of kills there from Surge. Right when you thought he was about to die, have no value add to the round, he able to deliver 2 crucial frags. And now, as we move on in here to the mid round, Xenocide a little bit stumped here. 3 versus 4, one of the first few times they've been at a disadvantage in this round, but if they can take down Christian, the B site is all theirs. They flash him out. He's totally blind, and they take him out. The push now comes through, and the rotates from Underestimated. Can Slay make it in time? He's going to peek out quickly, and he doesn't get the shot out. Snoopy actually catches the shoulder, and Slay taking down. The advantage now turned quickly in favor of Xenocide. Oh my goodness, does get that kill through the box. We talked about those paper-thin boxes, and Snoopy does trade frag. And now it's just down to Bade. A wonderful shot there from Laws. Or from Slay. Yeah.
Doesn't know where Bade is. Oh, I suppose they do now.
Wow, what a round there from Xenocide. The recovery. Absolutely sublime.
So an incredible kill, the wall bang on the bomb planter through those boxes. And really almost brought Underestimated their first round win. A great opening from Surge. I believe it was Laws that made that incredible box kill. And I think if we continue to see the entire team contribute in this way, instead of it being the Christian Gario show, that Underestimated does have a good chance to pick up some rounds here soon.
They should, but it is getting a little worrisome as we near the halfway point of the first half. I could say the first quarter of the game here. It's round number 6. Flash potentially slowing down any push towards A long, but it is still a slow push here from Xenocide. The nades pulled. Laws is going to give that information to his team. And Xenocide, will they actually be pushing with these nades? They seem to be trying to bait out some response here from Underestimated. They do bait out 1, 2, 3, 4 kills. And Kai left alone. A 1 versus 5 potential here. Does take down the first, but he's going to have to make sure his surroundings are covered as he spots over towards A-Long, the crouched player. That's Bade there. Is he going to be able to get the shot? He now knows Bade made his presence known. And Kai's in a tough spot. This should be Underestimated's first round, so long as they trade properly.
Trying to crawl up. Christian Gario is there and grabs the kill to pick up. Great first round win for Underestimated. Let's see if they can ride on that momentum and bring this into a close game. After 6 rounds, Xenocide has taken 5, Underestimated 1. Xenocide still with enough money to, I assume we're going to see AKs and SGs come out. And here's Christian Gario, hero of round 6. Moving very slowly towards mid.
Oh, the nades absolutely plundering Clutch. He's still blind, too. He's running back, you can see, so far in the spawn to avoid any damage there. But the nade usage has been very quick. Surge does take down Clutch early on in the round. He's been very, very lethal here at this forklift position. Xenocide, if they want to take mid, they will have to either flash, nade, smoke them off. The nades have been very effective. You can see there. 71 damage, and Snoopy's so low. He's taking so much damage. Oh, Slay. Another frag on the day, but Xenocide have not really made much progress. Does trade out, and Slay trying to buy some time for himself. Mirage does find another frag, so 2 versus 3 now. As the bomb gets its way on over towards mid instead of A-Long, they're going to reconvene together. Xenocide having to work out some sort of strategy here. If they hit up the B side, they will have to check over towards B long. But with 35 seconds left, they're not taking much map control. So they will have to make an executive decision very quickly. Where they go? Kai is making a lot of noise. Does drop the bomb in case he wants to go in first, but doesn't have the confidence to clear out the site right now. And Xenocide, are they going to save? They only have 15 seconds left. They're making a run here for 8. Kai somehow gets the kill. Fade responds with 2 in return. Mirage not able to get that trade, and Xenocide can't move it onto the site. And Warren, underestimated. They get their second in a row.
Second round for underestimated, and it's looking good. It was looking good the whole time. Christian Gario is top fragging for his team, as we would expect, but there is great contribution from Bade, Surge, and Laws. We're looking at a team effort, and when you're winning every round by 1v1 clutches, as Xenocide was for the first 5, it's unlikely that you'll continue that streak.
Oh, 2 massive frags here from Clutch. Can they deny the bomb plant? Surge comes in with 2 massive kills. Can he take down Clutch? That was a nice entry here, but Clutch can't make anything else work. And Surge spots him up. He's going for the content, and he finds the clip for his YouTube channel. That's one for the books, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure you'll see that in one of his videos in the future. But a nice round there by underestimated. It looked a little scary with Clutch coming in with 2 P250 headshots. That's something you hate to see if you're underestimated, but now an even round. Both teams having to buy.
Here we have underestimated, bringing it into an even game on what we consider a slightly breach-sided map. And without the barrage of grenades mid, Surge just peeks out immediately and takes down 3. Leaves Christian Gario at the forklift while he backs up to reload, and Clutch, 30 seconds into the round, is completely alone.
I thought for a moment there Surge was getting another clip, but it seems not the case. Clutch will deny it and potentially deny a round here for underestimated. Clutch, 2 kills but low HP plagues him. Only 16 bullets. If he peeks mid, he will get taken out here by Christian Gario. Trying to see if he can find any head glitches and all that nade. Denies him all vision now. Peeks out Christian. Adds another one to his tally. Christian, I believe, 10 frags, or close to. He's at 9 right now, but yeah, they're making this one competitive. Underestimated. Not getting blown out of the water right now.
Absolutely are, and I would love to see if Xenocide chooses to throw a billion grenades toward that forklift again, because last round they didn't, and Surge punished it very hard.
Well, there they do this time. They know they learned their lesson, and they take him down because of it. Even if it was at the cost of 2 players, Christian Gario answers back. Xenocide, it might have been worth it, but this round, if anything, will not be a success. Lob's a nice nade over. Doesn't get any damage, but maybe a nice pro tip for all of you looking to rank next. Slate, I think he heard Snoopy. He's going to try and get down quietly, and he does take him down. A very nice round here. Underestimated. Tie game as we move on into the penultimate round of the half. A very nice way to close out this half, potentially.
Great to see. And that's, I believe that's 5 round wins in a row for underestimated. So they've certainly turned their fortunes after a slow start. And back on guns for Xenocide, presumably back onto grenades toward the forklift again, but the bomb is moving out towards A-Long. Everyone is flashed, as you often see at the beginning of a round. High-level play. Crawl towards A-Long does continue slowly, with Surge spamming pre-fire angles, finding nothing.
Spam doing good damage on the Laws. And what's interesting here is that Xenocide don't typically play a default, and Surge almost triples up, but that might come back to bite them, not covering every angle here, as it is a 1 versus 4 now. Slay and Bade come in for 2 massive frags as well. And that's something I think Xenocide might want to note. They don't necessarily play the default all the time. Snoopy's going to get beat from every angle possible. Can't get the first frag, and so the clutch is not there. Underestimated. They take the lead now on the coalition side.
This pace, they're looking to win the half as well. They've won 6 in a row. They make this into a 7-5 first half. And remember, this is only a best of 1. So the underdogs winning this map do win this portion of the tournament. and would send Xenocide into the consolidation bracket.
Potentially, but there's a long way to go still. I think Xenocide's synergy could potentially hold strong here on the coalition side. But right now, Surge is just making a fool out of Xenocide. He's gotten so many kills from Forklift every round, and he plays the same position every single time. He continues to wreak havoc here. Day, the last man standing. Can he take down Surge even? He can. Barely, and Slay is there to train him out. So yeah, underestimate. They take the lead here. And what a half from them. They're moving on here to the breach side, so we'll see, can they have any strategies? If they win out the pistol round, there's hope. But if they don't, I think Xenocide have a strong enough coalition side. So despite them taking the lead, I still have a lot of faith in Xenocide's coalition.
Fantastic coalition-sided play from Surge. He was doing on the forklift against Xenocide what Clutch did on the forklift against Hammers Esports.
Oh, what an interesting round. I'm sure they hear this coming out right now as Xenocide have made the call. It's over towards B, and you can see their Clutch tucks himself over towards B long, tries to avoid any bit of conflict. And oh my goodness, the next level play. The next level plays here, underestimated, made all that noise over towards mid and instantly rotate back towards A. Xenocide have to feel a little bit bamboozled right now. It's underestimated. What a smart play, using that audio to their advantage as they do come out to a 4 versus 5 on the retake here. Xenocide have the advantage, but the time is slowly starting to tick down. No one from underestimated has revealed their position, but Clutch comes in. They're not watching window properly. Christian finally takes him down, and the retake is very successful. While it was a good attempt here from underestimated, that was a smart tactic, I will say. But Xenocide just winning that retake very handedly.
A wonderful retake strategy. They patiently waited for their teammates to wrap around, and they moved into the A bomb site from all 3 available openings, which you usually not in a retake scenario with enough players left alive to attempt that. But there were 2 players coming through main, 1 coming through the window, and 1 coming from behind. And underestimated simply couldn't deal with it. They did get the bomb plant, though, so we're at guns against guns. No grenades for underestimated.
Yeah, and one thing about that round, it was a 4 versus 5 on the post plant, so that's always tough to maintain a side after that. But now it's a 4 versus 4 going in. Mirage, could he get some damage? No, he overextends, and Surge takes him down. So now Day also getting shot through the blocks. And Snoopy, they're getting taken down here, underestimated, taking this bomb site pretty easily. It's the battle of 6 SA-58s on the server, and those from underestimated seemingly are just more powerful. Kai, the last man standing for his squad, he gets taken out. Surge, the nice off angle there on top of the box, as underestimated. Their lead goes to 2 now.
Fantastic play by underestimated, and not what we were expecting moving into the beginning of the game with Xenocide as heavy favorites, and heavy favorites that won the first 5 rounds of the map, no less. And here's Xenocide looking to put a 9th on the board against pistols. Do they slow down at all, or do they say we have rifles against pistols and we're charging a bomb set? Let's see.
Yeah, right now underestimated, going very quick, and they're making advantage, or they're taking advantage of the lack of weaponry here from Xenocide, making quick work of them. Not a single player lost. Laws comes out. I'd be a little upset if I got killed by a jumping SA-58er. That is not something I like to see, but nonetheless, underestimated. 9 rounds to their name, and they're making this so competitive. I did not think we would see Xenocide at anything on the back foot, but I mean, last time we saw this happen, Xenocide, they won 13-8, and now underestimated have more rounds than Xenocide. So this could be a huge upset in the works.
Here's Clutch back on the forklift where Surge was so effective. Clutch playing the position effectively as well. Does get the opening kill. Kai fully flashed, still flashed when Surge takes him down. Day moving off the site, waiting on his teammates, presumably playing for the retake, but Christian Gario was there in A long for the lurk kill.
Oh my. This retake not going as planned here for Xenocide. They're trying to get into the bomb site, but these 1v1s just allow underestimated to peek out properly. Snoopy does take down an unsuspecting Surge, but Christian trades instantly, and now down the play, he wins his duel. Underestimated 10 rounds. What a way to make a statement here right now.
Just fantastic play by the underdogs here, winning 10 out of the last 11 rounds. And they only need 3 more to clutch this map and move into the winner's bracket final. Here's Christian Gario. He had an amazing lurk kill, as well as a second kill in the previous round. The round prior to that, he had 2 AK kills and a grenade kill. And it looks like a bit of a self-flash, a flash grenade. Bounced off of that shipping container, back into underestimated, and they're punished for it. Mirage already takes down Laws. This round, it's Mirage on the forklift position. It's been very effective for both teams. For Xenocide across many maps, for underestimated, certainly on this one with Surge. And there's Mirage with an opening shot, a pre-fire. And he's fighting 2 players at once. He's able to kill the first. He only has 5 bullets left.
Oh, Christian.
Fantastic play. Christian Gario unable to get the trade kill because he's confronted by a Xenocide member leaping through the window of the A bomb site. And Slay, so magnificently sneaky. Could get a double kill. He doesn't know a player's behind him, though.
Oh, my goodness. Clutch here could do so much. It's a 1 versus 2 now. Slay had perfect positioning, and he could have used that trigger discipline to check, but he's going to shut him out. Xenocide, they're finally back in this one, but at the cost of 3 players, and it's not an easy victory.
It's got to feel good for Xenocide to get that round. Really essential that they slow down the momentum of underestimated at this point. If they want to win this map like they should, they need to win almost every round for the rest of the day because they're down 7-10. Here's Mirage back to the forklift. Very interesting pre-fire wall blind. It's been Mirage, Snoopy, and Clutch that we've seen at the forklift position. So Xenocide doing some interesting maneuvers and rotations with their coalition side. Christian Gario's here for the trade kill while Mirage is still reloading. Clutch back on the B bomb side. Going to expect at least one. Only able to take out 1 of the 3. Gario with another big kill and another big kill. Day unable to get the spray down through the smoke, and Christian Gario with his 3rd, perhaps 4th kill of the round. Still a very clutchable scenario, but Christian Gario hasn't missed many shots this round.
Yeah, Snoopy will have to do something incredible, and Christian is just on fire. Underestimated 2 rounds away from closing it out. What an incredible showing from them right now. And this is a match that might go down in history. A huge upset here in the making, as underestimated have all the weaponry. Xenocide merely SA-58s, and
Day doesn't even have armor.
Yeah. This is going to be tough here for Xenocide. So potentially they could hold it down, but you can see here 5 players from UE. They are going to look to push, but Bade and Slay are both very low right now. They could get so much damage. Christian, oh my goodness, he is 27-8. Absolutely on a tear this game, and nothing can stop him. Surge as well answers back, and they've had a lot of practice here on this map. They've come out swinging. And Snoopy, man, the last one alive. He will get flanked from behind as well. He's heard it all. He doesn't know if where he's gonna get caught from, and he does get taken out. Every single angle covered from him.
We're looking at map point. This is gonna 6 consecutive opportunities to win the game from here by underestimated.
Yeah, I believe we had we have a mid-round player sub for Max on underestimated. So right as they're about to win the game, they're gonna sub out 1 player. And that's an interesting one. I'm not sure the rule book will take that one, but either way, we'll continue to play it out here. It's underestimated. A 5 versus 5. Still, and Xenocide, they're on the books once again for SA-58s and HK. And underestimated could pull off one of the biggest upsets we've seen here from the 2-time main tournament winner here. Xenocide might fall to that of underestimated. So is an interesting one here. Underestimate takes some damage, but once again, it's this heavy mid presence. Clutch finally answers one as he takes one down. I don't believe we have the numbers here, but
You'll notice the player subbed out for Underestimated was Christian Gario, who was a hard carry for the last few rounds. And we'll see if that does allow Xenocide to move back into the game. It looks like it won't. Here's the 13th round for Underestimated.
Goodness. Underestimated. What an insane upset. 13-7. They take down Xenocide, and we'll see Xenocide in the lower bracket. They're going to have to fight their way back into this one. I did not expect this one to come out here. What an incredible showing here from Underestimated. Christian just popping off. That was an absolute masterclass from him. And Underestimated, we'll see them tomorrow moving to the winners final versus the winner of Hammers Esports versus Team Elevate. What a game. What a game, truly.
Spectacular play by Underestimated, by Surge, by Christian Gario, and by the others. A win, and a convincing win at that. They lost the first 5 rounds in a row and won almost every single round after that. 13 round wins and 2 round losses after that slow start. And Xenocide, the kings, the gods, the heavy tournament favorites, moving immediately into the consolation bracket, where they're going to have to fight and claw against first the losers of Hammers Esports versus Team Elevate to move to another best of 3 before they're able to ideally appear in the grand finals, would have been their goal moving into this tournament.
Yeah, a little, I would say a pretty big hiccup actually for the Xenocide plan here on their way to the grand finals here in this final tournament. But either way, we'll see who Xenocide will be playing tomorrow in the consolidation bracket, as well as who will meet Underestimated in the winners finals. Our next matchup, Hammers Esports versus Team Elevate, coming up shortly. This will be a very fun one, ladies and gentlemen. You will not want to miss it. It is a best of 1, and we'll head to a break soon. Tune in, everybody. Stay tuned.
there. A little bit of damage on him, but he's fast on the flank. Inside, he gets 2 massive frags there. Allows for his team to come in. And outside, he's going to be able to get the 4K.
What an exciting game we just witnessed. A huge upset from underestimated to take down Xenocide, the former 2-time main tournament victors. But that is all done and dusted. That was a 13 to, I believe, 7 victory from underestimated. And now we will move on to the wondrous match of, I believe, Elevate versus Hammers Esports. Now, this is our next matchup, joined here by my co-caster Warren. And this one's super exciting because, once again, we've seen this last month as well.
Last month, Elevate beat Hammers in a very close best of 3. There's not a heavy favorite in this particular game, although that wouldn't matter anyway because apparently the underdogs can win big. However, there is no underdog. We've got 2 great teams. Let's check out a little bit of the Team Elevate player roster.
Yeah, looking at Team Elevate. I mean, yeah, it's a good roster, right? I mean, they have Vapey, Naruto, Arson, their top 3 players, and then they kind of rotate between Menace and Raptor as well as Jiren, but I think Menace and Raptor are their main players here. So, yeah, I mean, Elevate, maybe seeded not as high, but still, I think going to put up a great fight here.
Very likely that they will. And also on the come up a bit. They really have improved from the first tournament to the second tournament, and I expect that they'll have improved from the second tournament to this one as well. And here the Hammers Esports roster, a lot of names you might be familiar with, a long storied team. There's Almighty Frost, Marizi, of course, Verdi as well, and Trax, Erupt as some of the main players on this roster, but a big roster with a lot of names you recognize, and most of them having a positive KD and a great rating. Just really a team full of stars on Hammers Esports. And moving into the bans, let's see what map we play for this best of 1. Now remember, this isn't ban, pick, ban, pick. This is a best of 1, so there will be 6 bans, and the decider will be chosen by a coin flip in the remaining maps. And as the first bans come out, we see Grounded and Soar, both gone. Grounded banned by Hammers Esports, Elevate banning Soar. And next, Port and Raid. Hammers doesn't want to play Elevate on Port. Interesting, and Raid, a fairly common ban. And we'll expect to see a legacy ban. There it is from Hammers. And Bureau banned as well. So the deciding maps left would be Plaza, I believe. And what would be the other map in the coin flip? Canals. So between Plaza and Canals, what are we going to get here? It's Plaza.
Plaza indeed. That's where we end up, right? Yeah. I'm excited because, I mean, Xenocide have actually played against Elevate on Plaza pretty recently, I would say. And Xenocide won very barely over Elevate. It was a 13-12 victory. And Elevate, I mean, they put up a hell of a fight here. So I think Elevate have a really good chance here, but Hammers as well. I mean, we've called them in the past the king of the comeback, right? They typically get off to slow starts here. And I think what is really key to note is which side they start on, right? If they start on the breach side, I think that it might be a slow start once again, right? I think Plaza tends to be not too bad at holding the bomb sites there around the coalition side, but it's interesting to see kind of where the rounds will be coming from. Still pretty even, but if Hammers aren't able to get that first half flowing, if they aren't able to get a good mojo moving for themselves, I think it'll be a little tough because while they have been good at comebacks in the past, I mean, there's only so many you can do, right? And if there's one little crack in that comeback, then that motivation, that morale is kind of gone. So we'll see if Hammers can really hold on here as, Elevate, they put up one hell of a fight versus Xenocide last time.
And Hammers would love to show a dominant win here if they can after not meeting expectations last month. But I expect this to be a barn burner. Maybe not a 13-12, but heck, maybe a 13-12.
Potentially. We never really know. And I think that both teams, I believe they're doing a knife round right now. We'll kind of keep on track for everything. But while before we do that, we want to hear from the players themselves. So we're going to hop on over to an interview. First here from Elevate and then with the Hammers Esports squad. So enjoy the interview.
Right, everyone, welcome out to the interviews here for Circuit. My name is Artie Pitch and we'll be interviewing one of the players from Elevate, Menace. What's up, dude?
What's up, man? Good to be back in another interview, bro.
Yes, for sure. Hey, introduce yourself. Overall, what do you do for the team and what kind of roles do you play?
What I do for the team, I IGL for them in game, and I'm one of the leaders in the team, and I'm a support player for the competitive lineup we have.
All right, and overall, like, what are the matches you guys played against Hammers, of course, on Bureau? It started off pretty strong. Like, how come so?
I mean, I played Mirror plenty of times. I already know their game plan, a lot of the time, but there's some rounds where they can surprise us with a certain play or a certain strat that they pull out of their sleeves, Every team has something they can pull out of their sleeves time from time, so.
And overall, you guys were kind of detecting those, like, early on before it happened.
Yeah, like I think I'm pretty sure we had like a double setup in mid, just playing for either refrags or just holding down mid together. If you saw the stream, we were holding down mid pretty well against Hammers on our CT side on Bureau.
All right. And of course, at the end, Hammers seemed to be very strong on Coalition. They eventually won a 4 versus 2, which was a little bit of a shock for a lot of people that were watching as well. Of course, at a certain point of time, it was like 12 against 10. You were of course, one more round, and 2 rounds did not go very well. And the last round, of course, you started off very strong, got a few early picks near mid and B long, moved up towards the A side, and somehow they did something. I don't know if that was the 1v1s or something happened there. Is there anything you would like to explain to us, like what went wrong and how you're as a team, of course, going to improve from that one match?
Yeah, honestly, in that situation, it was actually a 5v2. It sounds a lot more worse when I put it towards that, but it was a 5v2, yeah.
One of the players was low, which is basically why I'm saying a 4v2, because in general, like, the player is so low that, like, it's just a one-shot, Like, I want to like 6 HP.
Yeah, and we started getting low because they utility that last round at 12-12. It was really good. I think it was already that naded 2 of my teammates got him to like half HP. But, I mean, it was props to them, They were still in the game. They were still thinking it's not over yet. They can still clutch up the game, and they did. We didn't expect it. We were just trying to, get more ground on A side, maybe even flank. But then Abuse was just cutting down our flanks. He was just, like, making sure no one was, like, late pushing into the side. So, I mean, we were honestly surprised in the VC. We all just stayed quiet. We did not say a single word.
You just were like dead silent.
Fast. Yeah, it happened so fast.
All right, so it was basically just an unexpected thing that you guys need to do more analyzing on to, of course, understand what it went wrong exactly. But overall, you have a better feeling now that you might not have. You're not gonna let that happen again. Let's just keep it clear.
Yeah, we won't. That's for sure.
We won't. That's for sure. But hey, it's cool because at the end, of course, you guys won. And what kind of highlights, of course, mainly on Grounded? Like, what kind of highlights? What things went very well? Because eventually, you guys won the whole game against
honestly. What went well for us is the fact that we had 2 substitute players play for us. We were missing 2 main players, which was Vapey and Raptor. And Vpop and Jaren really showed up for us that series against Hammers in that BO3. They showed up in almost every single game. All 3 games, they did their part. And on the last round, where we won the games due to Vpop's, late push onto the A site, killing Frost. And from there, we went on to win the game. Our substitutes really showed up in the semifinals when we needed them to.
That is pretty nice. Of course, most of the time you set some substitutes and you're like, when we don't have a player, we have a player. But they're actually prepared. They know what they need to do. And that is very nice to see, of course, on Elevate here. Overall, something you guys would like to tell the viewers, people who are watching you guys at home, cheering for y'all.
I mean, shout out to everyone that supports us, man. Any type of support is good for us and my teammates, my friends. it's good to see that people are supporting us and helping us throughout our matches and our our tournaments. So yeah, I mean, I appreciate everyone that supports us.
All right. Well, very kind words. Thank you very much for your time, of course, and we'll be seeing you
Yeah,
guys on
man.
the match.
Yeah, bro, for sure, bro.
See ya. Hello everyone and welcome to one of the interviews here for Circuit. My name is Artie Pirti. We'll be talking to Averty from Hammers here. Hello Averty, how are you doing?
Hello.
Hello man. Let's just start off with the introduction, of course. Overall, like, you're a player for Hammers. What are your roles and what do you basically do for the team?
Oh, I'm more of the lurker and the sniper for the team. You know, like when we losing like or like slow stress, like I'm usually like at B getting like weird picks. Like how can I say we go A right? And now I just go B. I'll get like a 2K and then we rotate to B. That's basically just it. That's my role right there.
That's your role. All right, and that's a very nice role to have, but in a 2v5 situation on Bureau, what happened over there? Because you did not have a sniper equipped. You had an AEG, so what was going on with that one? Because eventually, like, shockingly, you guys actually, even though, of course, a rough start in the beginning, managed to pull through and get a 13-12 just about there. And, like, how, like, mentally, like, how does it feel to, like, be in a situation where you have, like, this little players, this huge team, like, left at like, the bare end of staying in the game?
It was like you didn't even notice it because like it's the 5v5, right? Last round. And next thing you know, like one of our players died, that's normal, one frag. And then like another one died and like super quick, like just 3 people died out of nowhere. And then they all went A and it's me and my duo Abuse. And then I peek CT and Arson's like lagging like back and forth. He like rubber band and he didn't shoot back because he's lagging. And then I don't know what happened with Abuse and Vapey at Intel. Abuse shot through the smoke and Vapey shot back. And then Abuse was just waiting for Vapey the whole time. I had all my nades. I naded default, and I got a frag on Naruto.
Yeah, one of them was very low. Early on, I was told that early on you guys were doing pretty well with the, early on, of course, in that scenario where the bomb was planted, you guys were trying to recover somehow with 2 people remaining. I was told that utility-wise, you guys were actually doing pretty well early on, getting some good nades on some of the players from LF8 that kind of caused them to be very low on some of the players. So that's maybe a plus point.
It made V-Pop Menace, I'm pretty sure, and Naruto low. Well, I killed Naruto and then left Menace and V-Pop low just from one nade, so... And the smoke was pretty good. I don't know what Menace was doing. I'm going to be honest. He was just shooting through the smoke. And then I just killed him. And I killed V-Pop. And, like, the whole VC was screaming. And it was, like, it was a very exciting moment, honestly.
And how did it feel like, of course, like, was it, like, mentally, like, oh, no, we're about to lose? Or was it, like, everyone was silent and you guys were actually genuinely trying to clutch it out? Like, what was the mindset there?
Well, at first, it was, like, because I was so confused. Like, you 12-12 situation, like tier 1 teams, and 3 people died just like you know what I'm saying, so fast. Like, you just don't expect it. And then, like, they're talking about what just happened. And then while I'm, like, walking to CT, Frost, our, like, co-captain, he was like, I focus up. It's a 2v5. I got this. And then, like, he, like, made us focus better because, you, like, a little nervous. Not nervous, but you're in a tense situation. So, yeah. But that's about it.
So basically, IGL made everyone silent so you can focus, basically.
Yeah.
All right, great IGL carry, mental carry right there. But yeah, that is great to hear. Of course, sadly, eventually you guys didn't win the full game, but still, you performed very well. And what do you think, like, mainly went wrong in overall all of these games, and some points that you guys would like to improve on so you could do better for the next matches?
Honestly, Canals, we usually have this like really nice setup, and EA like counter us like very hard, so we couldn't do what we wanted to do. And then, after we just like learned what we were supposed to do, it was too late. Our T side was like what 8-4 or like 7-5. I don't know what it was, but like going from like getting 9 rounds on Canals on like RGN teams like that to like getting like 5 rounds is, what I'm saying, very bad for us. And then we switched to CT, and our CT hold it's honestly not the best from every other team, but we were trying. Like we still had faith we could do something. I don't know. We went pistol. Trax had a very nice clutch on pistol round, and then we're trying to make a comeback, but Canas was very T-sided at the time. Well, in the old update, Canas was very T-sided, so we lost on Canals. We couldn't do much.
Now, overall, I don't really believe that it is breach-sided, but I'm guessing that you guys were performing. You guys overall, from your perspective, you feel like you do a lot better on the breach side in comparison to the coalition, just from your own experience. I mean, maybe you guys haven't really learned the ways to play in the coalition, or is that something you guys still need to work on?
Oh, well, we got to fix now because we've been practicing a lot this whole week. We've been switching up things on Canals, every other map. You know what I'm saying? We have been practicing, and we're ready for circuit.
All right, you're ready. At the end of the interview, do you guys have anything that you want to say to the viewers? People are watching at home right now, listening to you talking, and of course, explaining the situation here.
Yeah, well, yeah, we about to win. I ain't gonna lie with you. We're not losing no match in the final tournament. We're not losing to anyone. Not UE, not E8, or Xenocide. I'm gonna be honest. It's looking nice.
It's looking nice. All right, so you're going in with confidence.
Yeah, the competition ain't too hard.
Ooh, okay. The competition ain't too hard. We would like to see that, Hammers. All right. Thank you very much, Everty, for your time. And yeah, we'll be seeing you guys in the match. Good luck.
Nice to hear from both of those teams before they're about to start, and I think they're joining into the game shortly, so we should be able to get that one out. But Warren, this is a good one. I'm excited because we've seen Elevate and Hammers play quite a bit. Elevate, formerly S2A in season 1 of the Critical Ops circuit, and they've played against Hammers quite a bit. So this has been a rivalry coming many months in the making.
It's almost impossible to even guess who would win. Classically, Hammers, I think, a slight favorite, but Elevate, the way they've been playing lately, both teams are very hard to beat. They're both teams that just don't lose. They're both teams that'll go down a number of rounds and bring it right back to even. I'm also very interested on Plaza. I will still insist that it is a breach-sided map, but we have not seen any of that and any of the professional play that we've seen this year. It's been heavily coalition-sided. Regardless of who wins, one team moves into the winner's bracket final and one team moves into the consolation. Either Hammers or Elevate, after a loss, can fight their way into the grand final from the consolation bracket. The loser of this game will face Xenocide in a best of 3 tomorrow afternoon in the consolation losers match, and then move up to face another best of 3 where they would face the loser of tomorrow's winner final, and winning that best of 3, they can still move into the grand final. But as far as this single best of 1 map, it's impossible to say who's going to win.
Yeah, like you said, I think Hammers have the slight edge, but I mean, this format for this final tournament is a format that very heavily awards the winners and very much punishes the losers, right? They have to fight so hard back. And Xenocide, they can essentially not make a single mistake, right? They have to play in a best of 3. If they win that, they get another best of 3, and if they get that, they are in the grand finals, right? But it's none of this is guaranteed, right? They're potentially playing one of the best teams here, and if Hammers win, right, they will be playing against Underestimated, and who knows? We haven't seen that matchup yet, so that is something to be kind of interesting about. But I think Hammers just having a slight, crowd favorite, if you can say even a crowd. I don't think we have a crowd, but fan favorite. It's that definitely will help them elevate. They have both rosters on the American and the European side, so that kind of helps their international global branding, if you would say. But I think Hammers, they're the most known name as a household Critical Ops esports team, and they have lots of fans around them. That name has just been here since all the way back when, right? The Amazon Mobile Masters Tournament, the only LAN to really take place for Critical Ops, the big scale one, and Hammers were there. They did not get taken out. Well, they weren't the victors of that tournament, but still, they made a good fight in that silver medal. And obviously, rosters have swapped around and things have changed, but still, that legacy brand name definitely brings a lot of sentiment. So I think a lot of fans will be looking to Hammers Esports to kind of push forward and maybe win here. But Elevate, I mean, they have a lot to kind of go for themselves.
I would love to see the grand final. You know, the team really rewards the format really rewards winning these early games. You can win only 2 maps to move into the grand finals, but it also really rewards fighters. You can move into that consolidation final and you can claw your way into the grand final from an early loss. It's very doable. Someone's going to do it. And you know, only one team can win today on this map. And whether it's going to be a Nezri, Almighty Frost, and Mirmir with hammers, or if it's going to be Team Elevate and their stack of great players, somebody's going to have to fight Underestimated tomorrow, and somebody's going to have to fight Xenocide tomorrow. And I really wouldn't want to go against either of those teams. It's just a bunch of great teams.
Yeah, I think honestly, though, I think the team that loses has more to be afraid of, right? Xenocide, maybe they lost today, but I'm sure they'll be reviewing the VOD. I'm sure they're even doing that right now, is looking back on what mistakes they made. And, you know, because they will be in that lower bracket tomorrow. So the team right now that loses, they're going to have to face against a vengeance-filled, a hungry and angry Xenocide tomorrow. And that will be surely fun to look at. But, you know, Team Elevate, obviously, with Vapey, Naruto, Arson, Menace, and Raptor, a very good team, very experienced team, many maps together. And I think that kind of bodes well for them. But I think we're just waiting a little bit on the teams to join in. It's taking a little bit longer than we expected. So do appreciate you, everybody, all the fans watching, all the viewers at home. Tell us where you're tuning in from. I'd love to see it in chat. But yeah, I think this one's interesting. And you know, as some of the interviews have said, they get hyped up. They get hyped up in those voice channels, and I just wish we could tune in to those voice channels when they win, or maybe when something goes wrong, right? Just listen to, hey, what's going on here? Why is it not going as according to plan, right? What's the kind of, how do they recover from these potential losses of clutches, right? I think it's always interesting. Sometimes we look at clutches from the winning perspective, but from the losing perspective, how do they react, right? What's the emotions? How are the emotions like in that voice channel? Are they getting mad at each other? Is it all calm? Is it more analytical of how do we maybe prevent this from happening in the future? Is it blame? That's something I wish we could really tune into, but unfortunately we just don't have that ability with our current situation. But maybe we'll in the future.
I would love to hear how the teams communicate. It's so fun at a lower level of play to get into voice chat with your friends and play the game together, and it certainly helps, but I would like to know what the professionals are communicating to each other, what information they think is most relevant, when they think it's important to be quiet and let someone focus, and yeah, how they recover from a bad round, how they talk themselves up just emotionally, and how they adjust their strategy as well. I would love to hear how much influence the in-game leader has over the course of a round and how much other teammates contribute as well.
Yeah, I think that's something, if we could get more information on, would be keen to look at. You know, is it an in-game one clear leader that calls all the shots, or is it more of a, you know, kind of a team effort where maybe everyone's chiming a little bit? Because I think both can work, right? There's definitely teams where they need that structure. They need one person to tell them to micromanage, hey, do this, do that. But I think a lot of teams want to move towards a, hey, kind of a balanced structure where maybe the in-game leader calls the shots, but maybe, you know, there's a player that has an idea. Hey, you know, I've gotten some new nugget of information, right? Someone's maybe rotating early. Let's play off of that. And the in-game leader makes the eventual call, right? So I think if we could learn about those team dynamics, it can really kind of shape the whole community understanding of how teams play, and ultimately maybe how different roster changes happen, right? If we know that, you know, maybe Naruto likes to entry frag and he likes to be a little more aggressive in that manner, does that work well with some other teams if he maybe eventually leaves Elevator, if he stays with Elevate long term, if roster changes are made, right? If role changes are made? I think that's always interesting to follow as well. Once again, we just don't have that really information readily available, but they've been playing in for a while, so all that might be revealed eventually at some point.
I'm curious on teams like Elevate that don't have, to my knowledge, a dedicated sniper on rounds where there's going to be a U ratio. How do they decide who gets the U ratio and where it goes on the map? Because we saw on grounded in the finals of the last tournament. Multiple players using the U ratio to great effect, each on different rounds. And
Yeah. I mean,
I'm more familiar with a team having, a sniper. If we can afford a U ratio, this is the player who gets it. And we also see often just no snipers. The U ratio is not meta defining in professional play.
The one thing though I do want to take note of is the fact that in Plaza, right? I think spawns will actually dictate a lot of the ratio, because I think the ratio usually comes out on the coalition side, and if they're spawned very upfront, they might be able to take a peek over towards a mid or even mid, right, and get that early aggression on and maybe get a 5 versus 4 advantage. So I think that also dictates a little bit of it. We'll see if that eventually is what Team Elevate kind of goes off of, but that's something to take a look of. And then conversely, on the breach side, do they really play with that, right? I know that there have been some kind of off angles revealed for the snipers, right? Maybe on top of the truck instead of behind it, or playing maybe on top of a garbage can instead of next to the garbage can, right? There's lots of different areas on Plaza where someone could be where you don't expect them to be. And so that could really be a factor here in today's game, but we'll have to see in a little bit.
And it seems like, I believe we're still waiting on players to load in. I don't know if you've noticed, Mark, but since the last patch, your custom game room codes are much longer. For some reason, before patch 1.24, they were usually 3 characters, something like Q, X, B. And playing and streaming since then, my room codes are just massive. It's not much of a thing, but it's a funny change that the patch somehow brought about.
I think it's 6 characters now, right? It's like enabling more rooms to kind of take place. So that's kind of a nice thing to see about in the game. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool. And I actually, one thing I hope we get to discuss in the future is the potential of timeouts in games. I think that's something that is obviously very kind of sought after, is potentially teams, if they have a technical issue or even just a tactical issue they want to mull over, right? Talk about it. Do they have the ability to actually, pause the game a little bit and give them some breathing room? Because as it currently stands, every round is so quick, round after round after round after round. There's no pause ever, even if a player disconnects, right? And so I think with that pause feature implemented, maybe in the next season, we'll see that coming. And so I'm hoping that does get implemented, so we can see maybe more tactical play instead of just people trying to play as quick as they can and get something out because the game has started. So. Yeah, I think I'm hoping the timeout will be something like that. But I mean, even having something like 3 timeouts per game, a typical kind of strategy would be pretty nice.
I'm also excited. Also coming from the 1.24 patch were new anti-cheat features, and I know this is all very hush hush. I don't have any details myself, and whoever does have details there at Critical Force wouldn't be sharing them. But very exciting to me that the big new anti-cheat features in this patch. And in my experience, I've been playing quite a few games that did not have cheaters in them. So that always feels good.
Yeah, I think that is nice. And hopefully we also see some less lag on the servers. I've been seeing some lag, even in the US servers that I've been playing in. But, maybe we'll be able to kind of make it work. I think we are having some technical difficulties on our end, for all transparency. So please bear in mind with us. We are, Warren and we're just good old buddies having a good time here. We're just talking about the game, talking about life. And
can I say something about you, Mark? Can I tell the audience a fact about yourself that I know?
Oh boy, tell them all about it. I guess go for it.
Cool Mark loves heavy metal music.
Oh yeah. That's a fact. I think a lot of people, if they tune into videos or streams that I do, I think a lot of people know that. But yeah, that's a part of my identity, and I mean, it's something I just enjoy it. People probably don't associate that with me, but yeah, it's something we've actually bonded over. So Warren also listens to somewhat similar music. What music do you listen to in chat? I'm curious. I feel like I'm gonna take a gander, and it's gonna be a lot of EDM and hip hop and rap. I think that's just kind of the demographic we've come across, right? Is that area, but maybe
probably a safe guess. EDM, hip hop, and rap. We'll
yeah.
see what the chat shows up, but I imagine it's that.
Yeah, I think so. hopefully we have get this, or we will get this technical issue a little bit solved underway. It is seeming that our client for spectating is a little bit glitchy right now, but it seems like we might head to a little break. I'm not sure. Either way, it's been a good series of games so far. And while we do not like a lot of these delays, it's something that sometimes you have to deal with. So I think we might be able to do a quick break while we get these technical difficulties fixed up. Stay tuned with us. I mean, go off, get some food, go to a restroom, go for a walk or something. But hopefully we'll be back trying to solve these technical issues. We appreciate you bearing with us. Hey everyone, thanks for bearing with us all these technical difficulties. We were able to get a temporary solution set up. It's not as ideal as we'd like it to be, but it's something that works still. So we're going to hop into the game here. I believe both teams are going to be restarting, and you guys will be seeing here on the screen is how we will be watching game number 2. So not as ideal as we'd like it. There's a large chat button there, but that's okay too. We'll kind of work with this one and make it out to be. So Hammers Esports versus Team Elevate here in this matchup. Should be a pretty interesting one. Hammers Esports starting on the Coalition side and Team Elevate starting on the Breach side. So, Warren, I'm excited for this.
I can't wait. We've got imperfect information, so we don't know the mini-map. We only know what the players know. And here's Abuse. You don't often see Abuse coming in on the Hammers lineup, so I would love to see how he performs with this opportunity. And very slow, patient play with B-Long left completely open.
Yeah, I believe that's where they were going. The bomb was headed over towards B-Long. You can see on the mini-map. Many players kind of making their way over there. Majority of the players from Elevate, though, have made their way over towards House and B-Long. Hammers sitting over towards this square area, and the bomb is actually going to get planted for free here on this B bomb site. A very patient round as both teams aim to protect the bomb site now.
And there are only 2 players for Elevate on the bomb site right now.
Yeah, Arston takes down 2 here, and now this is a very quick trade for trade, tit for tat type of retake here as it's Hammers trying to retake it. 2 players left. Oh, Abuse and Erupt. Tag team for 2 kills, and now just 1 player from House. It's Wapter. What can he do? Finds 1 frag. Can he get the second? Yes, the nice clutch there. The 2K to close it out. Hammers made it look possible, but Elevate deny them that first round, and the pistol goes in the way of Elevate.
And important to get your breach-sided rounds here on Plaza, which is proving itself to be, at least at the professional level, a fairly coalition-sided map. So great start from Elevate, and they're coming out with their SA-58s, presumably against pistols, but there's a couple shotguns. And those FP6s can be scary. Elevate's going to have to get past the shotguns. This looks like they're choosing to play quite patiently. And maybe they'll try to sneak the bomb into a bomb site like they did on round 1. Here Vapey picks it up. They haven't got much information. They haven't seen anyone cross mid. There's a Christmas time frag grenade.
Yeah, it's a pretty slow round so far with a minute left on the clock. Not much map real estate has been taken by Elevate. If they're wanting to push out, I mean, Mirzi does get blinded here, but still regains his vision. So, 5 versus 5. And Hammers have not really taken anything. 45 seconds left on the clock. Trax is playing up close, and you can see that a majority of Elevate's players are going to get shot with these FP6s reigning supreme here. So much damage from the FP6s. Arson finally comes in for 1, but 30 seconds left. They're going to have to clear out the bomb site as quick as they can. And there's so many players here. Abuse only on 1 HP, but that might be enough to buy him some time. As there's 20 seconds left on the clock now. Abuse spots 1 player. Arson comes in for 1, but does he reveal his space in the back? No, Erupt gets the trigger discipline and the clutch. What a phenomenal play there by Erupt. Waits to the last second to deny both. And Hammers, they're back on the board.
Fantastic play by Erupt there to wait until the bomb plant to get the first free kill and then skill his way through the second and clutch that round out for Hammers. And now 1-1. And we've got rifles instead of shotguns. And here we've got Elevate looking for a more aggressive option quickly towards B-Long. They're just on pistols. They're able to flash Agonize, but he kills 2 on his way down. They move into B-Long safely. But they still haven't got guns, and it's going to be very difficult to get onto this bomb site against Erupt camping the head glitch.
Yeah, a 3 versus 2 now should be going in the favor of Hammers. They have weaponry in their favor as well. They look to see what they can do. Getting flanked quickly as well. And so Naruto looks to see what he can find here. Does get tagged down by Mirzi, who takes on both. So Trax as well, potentially picking up some weapons, and they upgrade. So very nicely done there by Hammers to convert on the second round. Elevate now. Money in the bin. You can check out their weapons, their economy. Just not really there, I don't believe.
Oh, I don't know if I've ever seen that remix that Trax is using.
The triangulation. It's a nice one. I do like it. It's a very bright knife, but at the end of the day, the knife doesn't matter. It's more of the win here. Agonize comes in for one, and Arson full blinded, but is able to escape right now. And Vapey does get taken down. Abuse 3 massive frags. Once again, the king of B-Long as Elevate are just absolutely on getting torn apart over towards B-Long.
And now 2 players need to move through 4 to take a bomb site, and that is a tall task. You see here Erupt camping behind the tree. They are going to try to move up B-Long again. They paid for it with 3 lives, so they might as well take advantage of it. But this is such a difficult peak. There's the jiggle, the jiggle, the jiggle again.
Shots
He
fired
sees the
from
bullets,
spawn.
but can he win this duel? This is a very challenging duel.
Well, he does have a teammate to back him up, so they're going to try and tag team together now. Good shot there from Raptor to start the bomb site, but they don't clear out left. Oh, Raptor comes in, but Erupt comes in even harder. 2 massive frags, and Hammers keep their 3-round streak now. Keep extending it. So Elevate, after a nice pistol round, unable to convert afterwards, and like you said, this is starting to become a seemingly coalition-sided map.
And we're back on pistols for Elevate, so Hammers would be expected to put up a 4th round here. But here's aggression towards A, which we haven't seen yet, and just pushing straight through the smoke with pistols and 4 players.
Yeah, Hammers, they're not letting this one slip by. Trax and Mirzi and Erupt, they're going to tag team for a bunch of kills. Abuse as well. Takes down Naruto, so 4-1. Hammers looking strong on their coalition side.
And those P250s upgraded to Deagles for free for what it's worth. And now we're back to rifles against rifles. But besides that pistol round and a very sneaky play into the B bomb site uncontested, we haven't seen much from Elevate yet. And 2 players towards B-Long, so they are predicting that Elevate's favoring B-Long. Here comes a much slower round.
It's been that way, though. Elevate have been favoring B-Long typically, and so not the worst idea to stack over towards there, but Elevate, yeah, like you said, they want to play a little bit slower here. It does come down to really nades that will enable them. You can see the smoke there. Nice vision from Mirzi, but the nade could do some good damage. Nade back, barely touches him, but the bullet storm does get involved. Mirzi hears it, spots it, and avoids it right now. And in the fight though, and so it's going to be Elevate to once again try and take mid control. 45 seconds left, and I think this is a common theme with Elevate. They like to kind of go in late in the round and take control that way. Some rounds it works, some rounds it doesn't. Raptor opens it up. Mirzi shut down, and Naruto as well. So A seemingly open here as Arson tries to clear out the spawn area. No, he does get taken down by Abuse. And Erupt as well defends the A side. This is a total shutdown from them. As finally Naruto is able to trade out, but 20 seconds left. He's going to have to find an early frag here, or at least get the bomb plant down, which he does in that kind of corner area, not as commonly placed for the bomb. But now Naruto.
Very interesting bomb placement. I don't know if I've ever seen that. And here in the 1v2 clutch, he does get that first kill and the second.
Oh my goodness, what a clutch from Naruto. What a perfect bomb placement as well. They were probably a bit confused as to where he might be if he were to plant the bomb in the corner. And the entire time he was right next to it. So Naruto makes it work for Elevate. And now they have a round. But can they convert again? Can they maintain their economy? has been having a tough game. No frags yet. Only deaths, but sometimes it takes a bit to get warmed up.
See the slow play around mid again. We're waiting on some smokes to fade before we see any action. And it is 4 rounds to Hammers, but a lot of those wins came from Erupt's multi-kills. And if we see some way to deal with Erupt, or simply Erupt not getting quite as many kills per round, we could get more rounds on the board for Elevate. There's another smoke into mid, and if I'm not mistaken, both teams are consistently keeping mid smoked off. And again, this classic Elevate style of using the entire clock, really hoping Hammers is going to walk into a camped angle. Hammers giving up nothing, though.
Yeah, they're playing the Coalition side how it should be played. Abuse just sits back, doesn't peek out afterwards, doesn't try and get too aggressive. As with 25 seconds left, they have to get the bomb and really hightail it somewhere. They have to clear out somewhere, and it looks like that somewhere is the A site. They're going to make their way on over here. Erupt and Abuse really to take it down. Mirzi answers with 2 massive frags and 15 seconds left. Raptor does find 2, and this makes it doable, but with only 9 seconds left. E8, they just don't have time to make it under this bomb site. He's been spotted out. Does take down Erupt. Does he have time to plant the bomb? I don't believe he does. And somehow they're going to win it. Hammers, just by virtue of time, keep winning it and Elevate. They got to stop playing these slow rounds. They move too slowly for their own negative effect as well.
You can use the clock to your advantage, but you still need to leave yourself enough time to plant. And when you wait that long, if the bomb carrier is killed, you're in a very, very difficult position. Because even if you successfully take the bomb site, you may not be able to plant, and you'll lose the round by default.
Yeah, that was really last-minute decision-making, and it just didn't pan out for them here. So Elevate might be wanting to take a quicker approach, but this quicker approach not working out for them. Raptor does get eliminated. That entry frag in. Oh, Mirzi and Trax as well. 5 versus 2. They just answer back. Erupt. They're all chiming in here. Hammers, 6 rounds to 2 of Elevate. They're coming in hot. They're coming in strong. And Hammers, well, Abuse, you can see 11 and 5. Erupt, 10 and 3. Menace still no frags on the board. And that's a tough pill to swallow.
Gonna need some individual players for Elevate to step up and get some rounds on the board. So far, it looks like Hammers has these bomb sites locked down. And here we see the same slow strategy outside of mid. No pushing through smokes. And really interesting, Hammers has been playing 2 players towards B long, which would suggest a weakness at the A bomb site. And still no space being taken by Elevate up towards A long or A mid. They really want to fight it out around B long and mid. Haven't really pushed through the cross. Here's Naruto. He's got knowledge because he saw the angle that grenade came from.
But he doesn't know who the player is. Abuse does take down Menace early on, and Naruto trying to enter into his house area, but he might get shot out here. He knows one's close up, and he finally does get the entry kill. Agonize does get taken down, but Erupt is right there, ready as well. And the hit slows down a little bit. Arson might want to make a move over towards A. There's 30 seconds left on the clock. The bomb is in sight and close enough to plant, so could be a possibility here. Erupt is playing in this nice little off angle. As he spots one, Arson does get taken down. That's the bomb, I believe, as well. With 20 seconds left, he's going to have to protect his sides. His teammate getting shot out now. Oh, the perfect timing here for Vapey. As the bomb goes down with 10 seconds left on the clock, resets everything. Vapey has to reload. And now Mirzi allows Vapey to reload, interestingly. I don't know if he's been spotted out. Vapey now reveals his position as he's jumping out, spotted out. Mirzi. It's a duel. The HK versus the AUG. Mirzi, 13 bullets left. He's going to try and predict where he might be peeking it from. 7 bullets left. And it's going to be a duel One bolt left on the Mirzi. Does he realize? Does he realize? No, and Vapey wins it out finally around here for Elevate, but it came down to the 1v1. Oh my goodness. So close. Such a tight round there.
And Vapey really has a number of crucial kills in that round. As the bomb carrier, he was alone in a duel from mid round, and he won that duel. Had he lost it, the bomb would be covered and in a location behind the site with very few Elevate teammates left alive. Here we see Marizi on the tree. And it's still been very difficult for Elevate to take space. And still this waiting game. Here's Arson behind the blue truck. Still 2 players on Hammers Esports playing towards B Long. But the second player playing B Long has actually been looking mid. Naruto with a great entry. Do they expect the second player? They do, and they kill him. Agonize takes 1 on his way out. But here is... Well, it would be a full B-side take, but there's no bomb, and Marizi is already rotated.
Oh, that nade, though. That nade, 12 HP now lies on the Marizi. He does get taken down here. Vapey shuts him out, so a 4 versus 2. Rupp finally comes back, answers 1. But Arson takes him down, so just left down. One Hammers player in tracks. He can't do anything here. Finally, Elevate getting their grip here. Could they tie up the game? Would be a good way to push it out here, as it would test Hammer's limits.
Definitely good-looking rounds there. And they finally do to take B Long without massive casualties. The 2 players at the B Long position for Hammers Esports were only able to kill 1 on the defense. Now we see them fighting.
Yeah, they come out very quickly, very adamantly, and oh my gosh, Trax. I don't know if that was full blind or not, but he does get that kill on the Naruto. Nades back in return, so does find a potential here. Early 5 versus 4. Elevate. One of the first few times in the last couple of rounds that they've been on the back end. Usually pretty good at opening it up. But it's been a little bit tougher here on the breach side of Plaza. We'll see. Smokes out over towards mid, and once again, they just want to deny vision over towards mid in case they make a B hit or a B play.
Now they could take house from here, but smoke was responded to with another smoke. And if Menace is going to move up towards house and be long, he needs to do it before the smoke behind him fades. Some pre-firing, some spam. And smoke is faded, so he doesn't have the cross to house safely anymore. And with 37 seconds left in the round, looking at Elevate to make movement towards a bomb site.
Oh yeah, Rep does take down Arsenal on the other side of the map. We've been fixated on Menace this entire time, but the flank, the lurk does get shut down. So now 20 seconds. Is Elevate once again going to run into the time problem? It looks like it with 15 seconds left. They're trying to get onto a bomb site, but they haven't made a decision yet. Is it going to be A? Is it going to be B? They're going to have to save, I think. They don't have enough time to get anywhere. And what a disaster of a round here for Elevate. Nothing that can be done. Just 2 players left, and Hammers win a round once again by time. Once again by just sitting and staying alive. Hammers have won so many rounds in that case, and Elevate, they have to be scratching their heads. How can they not just make a decision to go onto a bomb site? There was nothing preventing them. They just didn't take the fights and seemed like they were halfway through an execute and just stopped.
Here's the nade stack from Hammers, and you have to wonder on the Elevate side if there's some communication problems within the team. Someone needs to take these entries. There's the first smoke. There's the first flash. And here's Menace moving out quickly this round. He safely gets into house. It won't be contested. He sees a player on the B bomb site. He loses the duel against Abuse, but he gets the information for the rest of his team. Any other entry into B long is going to have to get past Agonized, though. He's a tiny bit of a flash grenade, and he gets information that the bomb is indeed B long, and Abuse and Agonized hold down the site. Waptor gets 1 kill. But Vapey left alone.
Yeah. Trying to get something done here, but a 1 versus 3 And Elevate just not playing as a cohesive unit. They got a couple rounds in a row, but Hammers, they close out the half with an 8-4 scoreline. And is this enough for them to win it out? Hammers will have to look to see if they can make something.
Definitely an uncharacteristic mistake from Elevate in the last round. The first player to peek from B long into the B site was the bomb carrier, and revealing the bomb like that allowed very fast rotates over to the B site and made it very difficult to take.
Well, just an issue in general. I think Elevate were playing those rounds too slow, a little bit too tactical. So we'll see here. Hammers taking a very different approach. They're going very quickly onto the B side. I'm not sure where the defenses are, but it seems like B is open for the taking here. All the players looking to get control of the bomb site, and they do. The post plant coming in a 5v5 retake here, and it's going to be hectic. Abuse shuts down Arson first and foremost, and Trax answers back as well. Double hits here coming out. Abuse trying to get some damage, but he gets double donked. And Menace after as well, they answer. So it's a 3 versus 3. They just need to hold. Hammers, as long as they sit back and deny anything onto the bomb site, it should be good for them. But they're getting spotted now in a 1 versus 1. Trax versus Wapter. 28 HP. Has Wapter pushed out onto the site? Yes, he has, but they're both low. 15 on his end. And Trax is trying to play around this wall right now. He's down to 2 HP, and Trax wins it out. Somehow he clutches a very, very close clutch, but still Hammers win it out. And 9-4, they take the lead even stronger. 5 rounds now is their advantage.
And now starting with an economic disadvantage on the Coalition side. If Elevate's going to put rounds together, it'll probably happen on the Coalition side, but losing that pistol really hurts. And here we'll assume that we're looking at FP6s and pistols against the rifles of Hammers. And as they group in towards the cross,
You're right.
it's Naruto with the FP6. He could certainly get a kill if Hammers chooses to move in through a mid.
Potential, but Hammers, they don't want to rush anything. They don't want to give up any weapons early on. So they're trying to jiggle peek here. I'm sure if they do make a move, it'll be before 30 seconds. And you can see they're already huddling over towards A. They do have to eliminate Naruto, though. Sitting here with the FP6. He might be good for 1, I believe. If he peeks out, probably can get 1 frag, but he might get traded instantly. So does spot 1 out. Potentially another one. Naruto waiting. And he gets 2, actually. Somehow makes himself so useful. And Agonized here has to come with his teammate. It is him. And I'm not sure who else, but Trax now. And Agonized, low HP on both as well. Neither on full health. And with 24 seconds left on the clock, this should be a round here for Elevate. As long as they sit back and wait. Wapter finds 1. I don't know if they've spotted the other out yet, but
And it should be right there. Ooh, Agonized. Fantastic.
can he get the kills? Oh, he's trying to go for the kills, but he's going to go for the safe bomb plant now. Vapey comes all the way around, and he does get the bomb. Agonized with the pistol now. Does he go for the reload? I'm not sure.
And Vapey's trying to find a rifle. He's picked up 2 FP6s, and here's an SA-58 that he wants to use for the clutch.
I think he's heard him out. Vapey's going to peek out to the right side. He spotted him.
Oh, he saw it. He wins the goal.
What a nice clutch there by Vapey. Agonized. Tried everything he could, but nothing. At the very end, it didn't really matter because Vapey's able to win it out and give him the little tea bag. So 5-9. Wapter's been absolutely phenomenal here. Menace picking up a couple kills, but still not really up to speed with his team yet.
Essential round. Great play there by, I believe it was Vapey. They clutched. And they really needed that one. And to win on the eco, it's got to feel good. Here's Wapter. We never get to see this spot, but I love this camp spot where you jump up on the truck around mid. You don't see it often. It really only works as a surprise tactic.
Oh, and it does.
It certainly works.
This time, and they're just going to circle in, encroach it, and Hammers, nothing they can do. Erupt gets 1, but that's a consolation prize. So 9-6 now. Hammers, their lead getting cut down 1 round apiece.
Elevate
We'll
is
see how he spends the
on
money
the
by.
coalition side on what's proven at this level of play. I repeat, to be a coalition-sided map,
Yep.
even though my personal belief is that it should be breach-sided. And they absolutely are capable of turning this game around.
Yeah, I think that'd be an upset as well. If we saw Hammers and Xenocide playing tomorrow in the consolidation elimination round, then one team, one former either second place or first place final tournament holder will get eliminated. But right now it seems Elevate have just been getting their eggs in a basket on the coalition side, as it's a 4 versus 3. And Hammers slow it down after their failed attempt to take A.
Here we see Hammers playing very patiently. They're at a tremendous disadvantage here. They're not even bringing the bomb forward. They're just trying to harvest some information. And Wapter takes out Agonized on the peak. And now we're down to a 2v4. Erupt with very low hit points is able to get a kill onto the A-bomb site. Wapter very quickly moves to back it up. And the bomb was on the ground last we saw it. That was an incredible shot by Wapter.
Yeah, he's been so on fire this entire game. That's a 4K, I believe, to finish it out. And Wapter, I mean, I think he's close to 20 kills now. He's just absolutely phenomenal for Elevate right now. Exactly what they need.
Absolutely bringing Elevate back into this game, and now it's pistols again for Hammers, and their lead is evaporating. We should expect them to lose this pistol round. We might see some aggressive play because they know they're at a gun disadvantage. Everyone is blind as they move towards B-Log. Abuse is already down, but fantastic kill by Erupt onto Vapey. And they may be able to get onto this B bomb site. There's an AUG picked up.
One might say Wapter's elevate to the standard.
Oh, I hope one says that many times.
I'm sure it's been said, but at this point, they need to get the tie first before they can move on any further. It's a 4v4, the weaponry heavily favoring Elevate right now. And Hammers seemingly pulling the same strat, just playing slow on this breach side of Plaza, not wanting to give anything up. And I think what might happen here is Hammers might try and go for this fake. Mirzi on 5 HP in the bomb. Doesn't look like it's a fake, though, now as Trax comes in as well. So
we noticed 2 M1887s as well. It's a very exciting gun. One that I would calculate unlikely to be effective in this scenario. And there's Trax going down and Menace with a 2K.
Coalition wins.
yeah, they just line him up. And so Elevate nearly tying it up. Only 1 round on Hammers Esports side compared to the 4 from Elevate right now.
And Menace beginning to show himself, moving from 2 kills up to 6 in the last couple rounds. And if Menace is activated, then we're really looking at a different Elevate team. One that's much more likely to keep winning rounds here.
Absolutely, they're going to try and flash their way on in here. Hammers really had a tough time getting anywhere on this bomb site. They're making more attempts than Elevate were, but it's still, they've been stopped in their tracks. So Erupt on low HP, 1 nade could take him out. Vapey has just been so aggressive. You can see how much map control Elevate have. They're just playing so far up. Vapey, the double kill. And Naruto answers back as well. A 1 versus 4 in store here for Agonize. Will be tough, and he does get shut out. A tied game now. But Elevate have so much money. You can see their Menace, $11,000 in his bank account. Naruto, $7,600. On the other side of things, not as much. So Wapter as well, doing good.
You know, when you see Menace refresh his armor from 94 back to 100, it's a pretty unnecessary buy. You know he's just got a lot of money to play with.
Yeah, that money will come in handy in the future here as all teams so blind over towards mid. Menace over towards A mid. I don't know if he got flashed or not, but was still there for a while.
And we're seeing a very assertive coalition side from Elevate on a lot of these rounds. We see the player on top of the trolley in the camp spot again. And I expect we'll probably eventually see some more aggressive peaks from Belong. Elevate's not waiting on hammers. They're taking all the information on the map they want, so a process of elimination, it should be expected that there's a stack of players towards Belong.
Yeah, Elevate trying to get as much done as they can. Naruto eliminates Agonize as well, so yeah, you can see they've put most of their people aligned in one area. Vapey and Menace to hold down the bomb site in the near future. Naruto's making the call that his team should really rotate right now. There's not many players over towards A, and so Vapey comes on over. Menace saving the day as well. 1 versus 3. That should not be possible here for Mirzi unless something dismal happens here on the side of Elevate. He does get tagged down, and Menace takes him out for the first time this game, I believe. Elevate, they take the lead and the potential to have another immense upset versus Hammers Esports.
The first time of the game since the initial pistol round, we do have an Elevate lead. And this would be back-to-back upsets. Hammer's still, you know, slightly favored over Elevate. And we see a missed smoke grenade bounces off a poster back towards the A bomb site. And Abuse does get an entry kill. And here's Trex with the Season 1 champion AK-47 skin.
Some
here we
pride.
see
Finally, some pride.
Trax with the same Season 1 AK skin. They may have lost their lead, but they're still Season 1 champions.
These trades going back and forth. Naruto has been so strong with his AUG. And in the 3 versus 3, 1 minute left. There's potential here. If they just group up, Hammers could really take the bomb site, but I think they're going to leave a player over towards that mid area. Erupt, making his way on over towards spawn. Can he find anything right now? Looks difficult, but 40 seconds left on the clock. Erupt could try to do something, but he does get pinched from behind. So Menace shuts him out. Agonized finds one in return, though. And this is a very, very interesting round. 25 seconds left on the clock. They're going to go for this bomb plant, potentially. Agonized trying to plant in the most safest area, but he's not able to find anything right now. He does take down Arson, and 15 seconds left. Vapey does not peek. Very curiously does not peek. And for a reason there. Vapey picks up the bomb, or picks up a nade there. Doesn't do any damage. Oh, skims past Agonized. 18 HP. Could go for this jump peek right now. Agonized trying to play around the time. Trying to play around the statue right now. And Agonized, does he know he's anywhere close? I think he spotted him, and yes, Vapey wins it out. 11-9. What a couple of rounds here from Elevate. So close to winning the game out.
Fantastic ground streak from Elevate. They're 2 away from taking the map and moving into the finals match tomorrow against Underestimated. Let's not count Hammers out. Hammers is known to just never lose under any circumstances. And if you look at that grenade stack at CT, you know that Elevate's sitting on a lot of money.
Yeah. They definitely are. Hammers trying to make a move. Trying to see if A might be the way to go, but Trax and Abuse have been smoked out. They're trying to see if maybe they push out. And yes, Arson does actually push out. They're getting so aggressive because there's so much confidence right now. And Naruto, they pushed out so far. There's nothing that Hammers can do other than win these duels, and it's not looking likely right now. So much of this.
Complete flank from the B bomb side players. They've pushed all the way through the map.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Agonize does take one down, but I don't think they're gonna go A. Oh, they actually are gonna go A. Last minute audible towards B though. Kind of puts them in a bind. Naruto does take down Trax. A nice wall bang there. And Vapey as well answers back. 12-9. Elevate. 1 round away from booking their spot versus Underestimated. Who would have thought an Underestimated versus Elevate winners finals tomorrow? I sure didn't think so.
And a Hammers Esports Xenocide consolidation match. The very first two teams in the losers bracket, in the consolidation bracket, as it were, will be the champion and second place runner-up from Season 1 final tournament.
Yeah. They've been getting put in their place potentially. The young new dogs of the space looking to chomp at their bit to get some merit on their playing abilities. Trax avoids the nade, but flashes himself in, tries to get something done, but he actually falls back now. With the 4 versus 5, Naruto finds one early frag. Raptor as well. This might be the beginning of the end. The fall, the end is nigh. Abuse, 6 HP as he gets smoked out as well. Spammed through the smoke. And 1 minute, 9 seconds left. This should be it here for Elevate as they're looking to close it out.
An Abuse with 8 hit points, maybe 6 hit points. Is it incredible that he's alive, moving through that bullet spam? Gets a kill, but a grenade takes him out. He's just so low, and Naruto with the spray down.
That's it. 13-9. As we see it, that's the end of the game, ladies and gentlemen. And I think we should see the scoreboard in a little bit. I want to make sure we get that on board. But you can see that Raptor does do a good job clutching out the team. So many people from the side of Elevate. 21 kills. Look at all those 21 frag players there. So lethal on their end. And that's how you know it's a team effort. A true team effort there. Raptor with 21. Vapey with 21. Naruto with 21. Arson. Not as well there, but he did make a nice comeback, and so did Menace. Menace ended 10-13 after having 8 deaths and no kills. So a good recovery there from Menace, and Hammers just couldn't get it done. So yeah, we will be seeing a Elevate Underestimated winners bracket, winners final, and then the consolidation round 1. Well, it's going to be Xenocide versus Hammers. I don't think anybody saw this coming out. One of those teams eliminated tomorrow in the best of 3. And, well, congratulations to Elevate for booking their spot versus Underestimated. One of those teams for sure is going to make the grand finals. If we see Underestimated make the grand finals tomorrow, I think that'll be surely one of the talking points of the Critical Ops circuit for the future. But that's it for us today, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I want to give a quick shout out to the sponsors, Gizer, Critical Force, and obviously Compact Esports and Critical Ops circuit for helping out with this. Thank you for bearing with us on the technical difficulties. We'll do our best to get those fixed for you tomorrow. And I'm excited for those matches tomorrow. We have a long day tomorrow. 3 series, a winners finals, consolidation round 1, and a consolidation finals, all for you tomorrow. And it'll be very exciting. But Warren, do you have any last words before we tune out?
I think the March Madness brackets are all out the window. Nobody expected to see Underestimated versus Elevate in the winners final tomorrow. And I can't wait to see Hammers versus Xenocide Classic in the consolidation round 1 tomorrow as well. Thanks to everybody for hanging out. Thanks, Mark, for being here. I love being here with you. And I hope everybody has a great night. That's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And a quick shout out to the behind the scenes folks, Ave, Waddy, Thunder, Ethan, everybody who's helping behind the scenes. And we appreciate them. And we'll see you here tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, for a lot of Critical Ops Esports action. Stay tuned tomorrow. We'll see you later. Have a good night, everybody.